I'm gonna go ahead, activator 2, kind of just burn some of this rage. 3 people on mid, we're gonna go ahead, rotate in. We do have our blink, we're gonna blink in, we're gonna use our ultimate, we get the knock up onto 3, we land our 1 onto the Apollo. We're able to get the pick onto the Apollo, retransform, we're gonna land our 1, we're gonna get a double kill, and Thanatos is able to fly away. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we'll be playing Chuliann in jungle. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, Chuliann in jungle works out pretty well. You just gotta make sure you're managing your passive and your transformation before rotating into a lane. So let's go ahead and jump into Chuliann's kit. Starting with Chuliann's passive, Berserk. Chuliann's mana, MP5, and mana heals are applied to his health pool. Abilities consume rage, which stop regen at 25, but he gains rage upon hitting with his abilities, as well as 1 rage per basic attack and 0.5 whenever he or an ally takes damage. After 3 seconds above 85 rage, he goes Berserk. While Berserk, Chuliann gains power and a health shield. His health conversion is going to be 20% of his mana. His Berserk threshold is 85 rage. His Berserk duration is 20 seconds. His bonus health is 10 plus 20 per level. And his bonus power is 3 per level. Chuliann's 1, Barb Spear and Ground Slam. Chuliann thrusts his spear forward, damaging all enemies in front of him and stunning less powerful minions. Successfully hitting an enemy minion with this ability restores 5 rage, 8 for an enemy god, up to a maximum of 18 rage. Barbs from his spear stick in opponents and reduce their healing received for 4 seconds. In his Berserk form, Chuliann instead slams his massive arm down, damaging and rooting all enemies in front of him, and this ability costs no rage. The healing reduction is going to be 50%. The stun duration is 2 seconds, and the root duration is 1 second. Chuliann's 2, Vent Anger. Chuliann vents his anger as superheated steam, increasing his movement speed and draining his rage. Every 0.5 seconds while in this state, all enemies within the range are damaged by the heat. Vent Anger does not return any rage. In his Berserk form, Chuliann vents anger automatically and does not drain rage. He's going to gain 5% movement speed whenever he vents anger, and the duration is going to be 6 seconds. Chuliann's 3, Salmon's Leap and Furious Charge. Chuliann vaults over his spear, leaping to a target location and then slamming it down to damage enemies around and in front of him. Successfully hitting an enemy minion will restore 5 rage, 8 for an enemy god, up to a maximum of 18 rage. In his Berserk form, Chuliann instead charges forward, damaging, stunning, and driving back all enemies. And finally, Chuliann's ultimate, Spear of Mortal Pain and Warcry. Chuliann swings his spear in a circle around him, damaging and knocking up all enemies. Successfully hitting an enemy minion with this ability restores 10 rage, 26 for an enemy god, up to a maximum of 36 rage. In his Berserk form, Chuliann instead gives a terrifying yell, damaging all enemies and causing them to tremble. This yell costs no rage and has a 35-second cooldown. The tremble duration is going to be 1 second. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point to our 1, level 2, put a point to our 3, level 3, put a point to our 2, then we want to put another point to our 1, at level 4, put a point to our ultimate, then we want to max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 1, max out our 2, max out our 3. We left Fountain with the Jungler's Blessing, the tier 1 of Brawler's Beatstick, a health potion, and a Hand of the Gods. I'm going to go ahead and back because our speed buff is up. Unfortunately, we don't have enough money for the tier 2 boots, but we had quite the tussle in the early game. Susanoo's already working on blue, so we might miss out on some gold and XP. Right now, we're constantly watching our rage meter. We were getting close to 85, so we go ahead and activate our 2, even if we don't deal any damage. Susanoo was able to secure the blue. We go ahead and activate our 2. One more ability and we're going to transform. We miss our 1. We're gonna go ahead and transform right here. Activate our 1, activate our 3. Get some good damage. Knew I was able to clean up the Apollo, so a nice little setup from us. One thing I did notice with Chuliann jungle is you want to play like you're super tanky. However, you get melted very easily. To mitigate that, we're going to build some hybrid items, but we're still going to deal a lot of damage. 2 people over in left. We're not going to transform anytime soon. I'm going to go ahead and blink in, use our ultimate, throw out our 1. We get hit by a lot of abilities, and unfortunately that's going to be enough to get the pick onto us. A little too aggressive from us. We either needed to dodge some of those abilities or pick a different way to engage. It might have been better to walk in, throw our 1, and then use our ultimate to get us some CC immunity. So an early game mistake, but we got our boots online. Our boots are going to give us a decent amount of power. Chuliann does have an attack chain. It is a, let's say, average hit, and his 3rd hit is a stronger hit. So anytime we land our 1 or 3 on a minion or enemy god, we're going to increase our rage. Anytime we use our 1 or 3, we're going to also consume some rage. Our 2 purely consumes rage. So if we're about to transform and we actually don't want to, then we want to use our 2. Go ahead, secure the blue buff, then rotate to the harpies. Pretty standard jungle rotation. In the early game, we want to be hitting this path as much as possible, so that way we're getting as much farm as possible. We're at 84 out of 100 rage, 1 more rage, and we're going to transform.
Retreat. Be careful left. Attack middle lane. Okay.
We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate, save our 3. We use our 1, we're going to use our 3. I think that was an accident. We're going to use our ultimate, and we're able to get the pick onto the Apollo. I think we were trying to use our 3 in our normal form, not our transform form. Either way, we were able to get the pick. We're going to go ahead and rotate to the red buff. Looks like the left lane is getting bullied. We don't really have the health to help left lane right now. Taking a look at our speed timer, 34 seconds until our speed is back up. We should back around 20 seconds so that way we can get there right as it's spawning. Thanatos ults in, we miss our 1, we're going to use our 3, hit him with the basic, and we're able to clean up the Thanatos with the tower's help. So Chuliann is actually a pretty good pick into the enemy team composition. Having 50% anti-heal on one of your abilities is a very large amount. Not every character has that, and not every character has 50%. A lot of them are 40%. Jing uses his ultimate, throws the Apollo into tower, that causes him to dash. Our speed is up, but we're kind of holding lane for Nuon to get back. We do have our ultimate. We're going to jump in, use our ultimate, throw out our 1, and then fall back. We just transform. We're going to go ahead and dash up, use our ultimate. We're able to get the pick onto the Aphrodite. Kind of just trying to stand there, get some tick damage onto him, but Nuon was able to clean him up. Our speed's been up for a while, so we're going to go ahead and back. And we're going to be picking up Brawler's Beatstick since they have an Aphrodite on their team. Brawler's Beatstick is going to provide us 40 physical power and 15 flat penetration.
That's just my good side.
It has a passive that whenever we damage an enemy with an ability, they're going to have 40% reduced healing and regeneration for 8 seconds. So that 40% combined with our 1 can be up to 90%.
On my way.
We missed our blue, but I don't blame Susano. It took us a really long time to start our rotation. We're gonna go ahead and help secure the red, and then make our way left, try to help out our Danzaboro a little bit. We use our 2 just to get some additional damage. Nual is also here. We're gonna get some basic attacks, and we're able to clean up the Medusa. Good rotation from our mid to follow us there. We're gonna jump over the wall, get damage on a 2, hit the Aphrodite with our 1. That should be only 10% healing for her, 90% anti-heal. We do have our ultimate. We're gonna go ahead and use our ultimate. That's her ultimate, and we're able to get the pick onto the Aphrodite. We're gonna go ahead and peek the enemy red buff. It's not there. Apollo's pretty far up. We're gonna rotate towards him. Jing uses his ultimate. We're gonna throw out our 1, and we're able to get the pick onto the Thanatos.
Be right back. Okay.
So now we've cleaned up left, cleaned up middle. We're just gonna look for a camp to hit. Since there's nothing really for us to hit on this side of the map, we're going to try to help Susano with the Mulan. Checking the enemy blue buff, it's not there.
Your middle tower is under attack.
We're going to see if Mulan steps up. Susano is able to get the tower. We hit Mulan with our 1, 40% anti-healing. She uses her ultimate. We're going to jump in on her, get some additional damage. And Susano is able to... Oh, we got the final hit. I thought Susano was definitely going to get it. We apologize. That was definitely Susano's to have. We're going to go ahead and back, and then we're going to start working on the Sledge. The Sledge is going to be our first hybrid item. Taking a look at the enemy team composition, they do have 4 physical characters and 1 magical character. So even if we were not playing a warrior as an assassin or in jungle, we might want to pick up some physical hybrid items as a traditional assassin.
I'm going for jungle buff.
A physical protection hybrid item is going to go a long way against this team composition. I'm going to go ahead and activate our 2, kind of just burn some of this rage. 3 people on mid, we're going to go ahead and rotate in. We do have our blink, we're going to blink in, we're going to use our ultimate, we get the knock up onto 3, we land our 1 onto the Apollo. We're able to get the pick onto the Apollo, retransform, we're going to land our 1, we're going to get a double kill, and Thanatos is able to fly away. Beautiful rotation, we come in, ult 3 people, that causes us to transform, and then we're able to really put pressure on the remaining people and push them out of lane. We're going to rotate over to the Danzaboro. Medusa's here. That's her dash.
Ultimate is down. Ultimate is ready. Okay.
I believe we're playing with a full group of people from the Discord server. People from varying levels of play. I know our Danzaboro is relatively newish to the game. I think everyone else has been playing for a bit. We try to get our team to go help Danzaboro over in left.
We're gonna talk about this one after the game. You can't be dying there.
Your left tower is under attack.
2 people on her. I have faith in my teammates, so we're not going to rotate over. Never mind. We don't have faith in our teammates, and we are going to rotate over. But we didn't need to. Our speed is spawning now, so we're going to go ahead and back. We're a little late there. Bit of a team fight going on. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate onto the Apollo. Hit him with the 1. Nual's able to get the pick onto the Apollo. We transform. We're going to hit the Afro with our 1. Use our ultimate, and we're able to get the pick onto the Aphrodite. Now we're going to put some pressure onto this Thanatos. And Nual's able to clean up the Thanatos. Gold Fury should be wide open. Even though our speed buff is up, we want to prioritize Gold Fury with the team. We're not super tanky, so we don't really want to be tanking this. We're able to secure your gold, and we're going to go ahead and back. We're going to be picking up the Sledge. The Sledge is going to provide us 40 physical power, 300 health, 150 mana, which 20% of that is going to be converted into our health, 20% crowd control reduction. It has a passive that for each enemy god within 55 units, you're going to gain a stacking buff that provides you with 10 magical and 10 physical protections. This can stack up to 3 times. So now we're a little bit tankier, and whenever we get hit by a stun, we're going to be let out of that stun 20% faster. So if we get kissed by Aphrodite, and that's supposed to last a second, we're only going to be stunned for 0.8 seconds.
That's just my good side.
The Sledge in its current state is absolutely insane. It's really strong. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate, use our 1, we get Mez, and the Nual is able to get the pick onto the Apollo.
That's just my good side. Help left lane.
The state that the Sledge is in is it's really strong right now. They are going to be nerfing it in Season 8. We're going to rotate onto the Thanatos, try to help our Nual out a little bit.
Retreat. On my way. Careful middle.
Susanna's fighting with 3. We're going to go ahead and rotate up. We hit the Mulan with our 1. Jump in onto this Aphrodite. Our ultimate is down. We're about 12 rage off from being able to transform. We miss our 1. That's going to consume some rage. Now we're even further away.
Ultimate is down.
We're going to go ahead and rotate behind this fight. A lot of people weak on the enemy team.
Attack. Attack.
We're going to jump in, go for the Thanatos. Get the basics. We're able to get the pick onto the Thanatos. Aphrodite's here. We hit her with the 1. We're able to activate our 2, get some additional damage. We're going to use our ultimate and get the pick onto the Mulan. Straight cleanup on the enemy team. We transform. We have a little bit of a health shield, so we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of tanking. We don't want to tank too much here, so we're going to go ahead and back out, get back in it. Our team just goes on this Medusa and she goes down.
Be right back. I'm going for
That's
jungle
what we
buff.
call in the business a ding-dong
Be
diddly
right
side.
back. Your belly. Attack left lane. Ha! Yes. Group up. Attack left tower. Be right.
We're going to go ahead and back. We do have enough money for Arondight and our speed is up.
My jaws can crush bone. On my way. Ultimate.
Arondight is going to provide us 70 physical power and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that once we finish ulting, we're going to reveal all enemy gods within 120 units for 8 seconds. While moving towards an enemy, we're going to gain 30% movement speed, and our next basic attack is going to deal 40 damage plus 30% of our physical power. This can only occur once every 45 seconds.
Enemy missing right.
2 people over and right. Might be worth trying to hold the lane,
Be careful left.
or at least prevent them from getting the tower. We jump in, we use our ultimate, we throw out our 1, we miss our 1 onto the Thanatos. We're about to transform, we use our ultimate, and our ultimate does enough damage to get the pick on Thanatos before he travels out. Right now we're going to chase down the Mulan. We do have our 1. We get the pick. Get some good damage on her, go ahead and go under tower. Might have been a mistake, we're going to dash back out. Hit her with the... Oh, she dodges last second and we miss our 1. Susanna comes behind and we just stand there because we know it's coming.
Auto-tune me, please.
Sorry. Be right back.
Go ahead and clean up this wave.
Enemy has left the game.
That's unfortunate. The enemy Aphrodite has left. I guess she didn't like this 50% anti-heal on our 1 plus 40% on our item. We're gonna go ahead and push this tower.
Your team has destroyed a right enemy tower. Okay.
Gold Fury is an Oni Fury, so you do want to kind of try to make our way to that side of the map and get the pick onto the Oni Fury.
Your left tower is under attack. Be careful in the jungle. I'll defend left. Attack the Gold Fury.
We use our ultimate. She uses her ultimate. We're able to clean her up with the 1. We transform. We get the damage onto the Thanatos. Apollo's rotating up, and Danzabor is able to get the pick onto the Apollo. We're going to go ahead and start working on Gold Fury. This is an Oni Fury. The Oni Fury is going to give everyone on our team some gold, and it's also going to spawn an enhanced minion wave in each lane.
Yeah, not bad. Sufficient experience.
We're going to go ahead and back and pick up Void Shield. They're only magical damage left of the game, so this Void Shield is going to do wonders for us. The Void Shield is going to provide us 20 physical power, 60 physical protections, and 150 health. Enemy gods within 55 units have their physical protections reduced by 15%. If we take a look at the minimap, the little white minion dots, that means that it's Oni minions.
Group up. Attack fire giant.
I think we should go for just the main one. Forget about Pyromancer. We don't need to tell them that we're coming. So we died once in the early game, but then we got 15 kills right after dying. That first death was just way too aggressive on our part. We get body blocked by minions. Zhang uses his ultimate. We're gonna get some basics. We use our ultimate and we're able to pick. We go ahead and activate our 2. That's gonna bring us down to 84 rage. We should be able to siege here. Activate our 2 so we don't accidentally transform. Medusa and Apollo are behind us. Looks like they're giving up on the defense of the Phoenix. They're going to rotate mid. We blink in. We use our ultimate. That's a beads from Medusa. Starting to take some damage from the Phoenix because their health shield is gone. We're going to go ahead and rotate back in. Thanatos uses his ultimate, and we get the 1 onto Thanatos. The new boss able to clean up Thanatos. Now it's just Apollo left. I think we can end right here. We're going to jump over the wall. Apollo uses his dash. Get a little bit of damage onto the Titan. And it looks like we're able to close this out. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.